In this chapter, let us learn about Python try except finally. The try block lets you test a block of code for errors. The except block lets you handle the error. The finally block lets you execute code regardless of the result of the try and except blocks. Exception handling. When an error occurs, or exception as well call it, Python will normally stop and generate an error message. These exceptions can be handled using the try statement. For example, the try block will generate an exception because x is not defined. See here, the try block will generate an error because x is not defined. See here, the result returns this, an exception occurred. Since the try block raises an error, the except block will be executed. Without the try block, the program will crash and raise an error. See the example, the statement will raise an error because x is not defined. See the result, it is written some error. Many exceptions. You can define as many exceptions blocks as you want. Example, you want to execute a special block of code for a special kind of error. For example, see here, print one message if the try block raises a name error and another for other errors. See here, the try block will generate a name error. The try block will generate a name error because x is not defined. See here, the result returns variable x is not defined. Else. You can use the else keyword to define a block of code to be executed if no errors were raised. For example, in this example, the try block does not generate any error. See, the try block does not raise any error, so the else block is executed. See here, except else, nothing went wrong. So the result is hello, nothing went wrong returns. Finally, the final block, if specified, will be executed regardless if the try block raises an error or not. The finally block gets executed no matter if the try block raises any error or not. See the example, try except finally. See, the try except is finished. See, something went wrong. The try except is finished. The result returns this. Try to open and write to a file that is not writable. The try block will raise an error when trying to write to read only file. See here, demo test, learn if something we have written something. The program can continue without leaving the file object open. See the result returns this. Something went wrong when writing to the file. Raise an exception. As a Python developer, you can choose to throw an exception if a condition occurs. To throw or raise an exception, use the raise keyword. See the example, raise an error and stop the program if x is lower than 0. See here, no number below 0. See here, see it throws error because no numbers are below 0. The result returns this. The raise keyword is used to raise an exception. You can define what kind of error to raise and the text to print to the user. See here, raise a type error if x is not an integer. See, if you execute code like this, the result returns this. Okay friends, this is the end of part 32, try except finally. In next video, let us learn about another topic, user input. If you like our program, please like, subscribe and press bell icon for our next part video updates. Thank you friends. Meet you in next video. All the best.